Yo. Hey, Bren. How you doing? How's your Wednesday?
Good, man. How about you? Just chilling. Just got back from
Yeah,
the.
pretty good. Crazy day in the markets today. I was just looking at the S&P 500, and I mean, quite a fake out today in the markets, right?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I when we started coming off that high, back or last month, and it was coming off pretty slow off that high. I knew it was probably gonna just be a correction. So, I thought it probably would go down a little bit more back towards the 5100 low from August, but yeah, not surprised. I think it's gonna climb higher from here.
Yeah, just the whipsaw today. Any updates from you on your positions from last week? Did you watch the debate? Any updates?
As far as the majors go, no, not really. I mean, I think we're just in this chop near the consolidation low that's ultimately going to lead to another move up in the next few weeks. So just kind of a waiting game. But to answer your question, no. As far as from last week, again, it really we're just waiting for this consolidation end, and I think we're going to move higher from here. Where's for Loco at?
I think he's finishing up another call right now, so it's just gonna be me and you
Perfect.
with the ship for like the
He's
first
coming on.
15.
Okay, he's coming on later. Sweet.
Yeah.
Bet,
Do you
bet,
want to
bet.
talk about the giveaway right now since we probably have the most viewers right now? What's the best way to track people? The
Um,
comments on X and YouTube are probably the best way if you just start chatting up.
Yeah. Okay. So let me think. I think I think we should give it a little bit more time, do it a little bit. But yeah, I think we'll just have people comment, and then I'll do. I did say in my group that I would, look for somebody that I recognize from my group. I'll do that, and then we'll give away some money to random people randomly in there. It doesn't have to be from my group as well. So I think we
Yeah.
should do that a little bit later in the call. But yeah, you definitely use the comments, and we can pick from there.
Yeah. All right. Quick intro on us. This is Bren. For all the B3L people, he runs a Telegram group with Boss Man. Pretty large group, actually. Um, Pretty good calls. Bren's more of the less degenerate trader, am I correct there?
Yeah, yeah, I guess you put it that way for sure. I mean,
Um, we're all
definitely less,
degens here, but
definitely
there's
less
there's
meme stuff.
spectrum.
Yeah, my partner boss man does more meme stuff than I do. I definitely gotten into the meme stuff like everybody has the last year because obviously crypto's been dominated by it. But yeah, you'll see me post more stuff about the majors, leverage trading, just tips and tricks I've picked up over the 9 years I've been trading in the markets. So.
Yeah. And then best way to find you guys. I know you have some problems with your Twitter,
Yeah,
but
for now, just I mean the channel, like I said, we're posting. Like my partner mostly posts the newer meme coin stuff, and then I do live streams in there 3 or 4 days a week. So, if you're new in the space or just looking for more education stuff like that, you can join there. And then I do have Twitter. Been on there since 2021. Unfortunately, I did get locked out of there. I think I will definitely have it back eventually, but yeah, that's where you can follow me for now. If I don't get it back here pretty soon, I'm just gonna make another account. But either way, yeah, for now, that's where you can find me.
yeah, I think you just gotta make another account. Who knows if they have enough manpower at X Twitter right now to
Yeah, that's really all it is. Because again,
deal
it's
with
like
it.
I didn't break TOS or anything. It's really just like a email issue. But yeah, either way, I'll be up on Twitter. It's been a nice little break. At the same time, I definitely miss a lot of friends on there. So
Yeah. And then on our end, we have Furloco now back. Thanks for joining us. We run Bridgely Labs, kind of similar to your Telegram group where we do meme coin plays, we do macro stuff. We host spaces probably 3 or 4 times a week, and Brent, you're kind of the one of the more I guess standard. We do this a lot. This is our like eighth week now for spaces, but we
Mhm.
post our calls both on Telegram and Discord for our alpha calls, mostly meme coin stuff, and then also general macro outlook. We're just a bunch of traders getting together, probably over 70 years of trading experience on the institutional side, and bringing that into crypto and NFTs and meme coins. So that's kind of background on us. For Loco, we were talking about the S&P today and that reversal crazy day. Any insight on there? Did you watch the debate yesterday? What's the macro on your end?
What's up? What's up, guys? Hey, Bren. Good to see you here.
What up, bro?
Happy Wednesday. I did watch the debate yesterday, although I almost fall asleep, to be honest. Uh, you know, uh, I tend to kind of like think that these debates are well planned, and I understand there's obviously people's perspectives and things that could have gone better, whatever, depending on who you support as a candidate. But to be honest, it just feels like there's a continuous discredit of each other's words and plans. Some of them don't have plans. Some of them might have plans, but it's just very interesting to see. And unfortunately, I didn't really enjoy it as much. But looks like crypto actually reacted a bit negatively of that debate. When it comes to to macro, I was looking at same today, a little bit mute, not much happening. I know that we erased some of the gains that we had yesterday, but I've been looking at particularly a few stocks that I'm tracking lately. Obviously, Tesla is one of those that we mentioned, and it's been outperforming. Nvidia is a little bit back here. It's up significantly today and the last couple of days. And then you track things like, for instance, like MicroStrategy. I've been looking at MicroStrategy and Coinbase as a very good index of the health of the crypto market, right? So those are my four major focuses this week. But yeah, what are you guys looking at?
We were looking at S&P. I think we're gonna switch over to Bitcoin, but just looking at Tesla. I think Coinbase is gonna make a reversal here. I mean, highly dependent on Bitcoin prices and the general crypto market, but uh, it's been in a corrective channel relatively for the last couple months now.
Yeah, did we lose Bren? I think we lose Bren.
Oh no, probably something wrong with his internet. Let me see.
Okay,
Yeah,
all good.
he'll get back on.
Yeah.
But let's see. Move over to Bitcoin. I mean, it bounced off this corrective channel. I mean, it's been holding up since I think we started drawing this in May or June, and it's been respecting this channel for a while now. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I tend to think that we're in this, correction channel, and until we see a major liquidity event coming, I just think we're gonna be ranging. We obviously have FOMC coming up here, which we'll be discussing rates, so that could be a catalyst or maybe not. But we also know that September is the worst month in history for Bitcoin, right? And in general for crypto, it's just not a good month. So I expect more chopping in the next few weeks. Even today, when you think that crypto and Bitcoin particularly moves with risk assets, I mean, we had CPI numbers at 2.6%, which was aligned with what was expected, and nothing really happened. In fact, we sold we kind of like sold off a little bit in the early morning, but nothing really is triggering. Stocks are kind of like moving a little bit more, but crypto is just chopping in back to the range. So yeah, I don't expect much move for Bitcoin for the next 2 weeks. That's me particularly. I don't know if there's any other catalyst. I know Solana has a bunch of I think we mentioned this last week, but they have Breakpoint and another one here in Singapore coming up. So there might be some good catalysts that might, move the price a little bit up. But again, I just think that until we have a major liquidity event, we are not going to see a major run, and therefore, I'm just not very comfortable trading at this point in time.
gotcha. Brent, what do you got on the Bitcoin chart right now?
Yeah, same kind of thing. Same kind of thing we've been talking about the last few weeks. I do think we're just consolidating at this low and will move higher. I'll push back a little bit against what for Loco saying. I do agree with most of what he's saying, but typically there doesn't really need to be a catalyst for most price moves. Obviously, as of the last few years, there's been a lot of major I mean, Bitcoin ETF type stuff that obviously moves markets. Rate anytime they change the rates, it's going to have an impact. But I mean, traditionally, over a longer period, most price moves, especially even in crypto, don't have catalysts, right? In fact, most of the time, narrative follows price. So a lot of times you'll see a bottom or a top, and then people will try to find different catalysts that happened in the last few days in an attempt to explain it. But at the end of the day, it's all about flows. I think consolidation. What I look at with corrections and consolidation and all that is a reflection of buy and sell pressure. And I think this consolidation we got the last few weeks on this small chop down is pointing to a move up pretty imminently over the next few weeks either way, despite what happens. But I think what's going to happen with the interest rate, the rate decision, they're probably just going to cut 25 basis points, and then it'll just be what everybody thought it was going to happen, which won't have much of an effect in the short term, which will, cause crypto to, or will have Bitcoin going up in the short term. Sorry, I know that was a long rant.
Yeah, I mean, are you in this? I don't know if you want to switch gears, but I mean, I think for Bitcoin, it's the next couple days can be pretty pivotal, depending if it moves up or down here. I think I'm favoring it moving up. Probably the next this week, end of this week to next week, it's probably going to hit 60K relatively soon. But after that, I think we're staying in this channel unless something crazy happens and buying goes into FOMO into just an all-time high. I think that's kind of what we're all waiting for. All of this is kind of just a waiting game for us, I think.
I will say, I mean, conditions have been ideal and the stars have been aligned for crypto to have another crazy run for months now. I'm talking the dollar's been weak, the stock market's been strong. I do think, again, I think what's going to end up happening with the interest rate thing is a nothing burger in the short term, and markets, including stock markets, going to end up keep doing what it's doing, keep going up, and then crypto's finally going to join the party, I think, towards the end of the year. So I do agree with you guys, but I don't think it's going to take something major happening. Maybe something with the interest rate. Maybe it's centered around that, the FOMC. But either way, I think we're due for a move up either way in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Do you want to look at ETH? ETH has kind of been the same old story of lagging behind Bitcoin and Solana this season. Any new takes from what we've been discussing for the past couple weeks?
No, I think they're all three of the majors are gonna follow each other. I mean, I do have a video coming out in the my channel today on the different ratios and what they're telling me. I do think ETH Bitcoin's just due on like every time frame is coiling up. I think ETH's gonna appreciate against Bitcoin over the next year. As far as Sol against ETH, my take is they're going to perform pretty similarly over the next couple years. In like pretty much identical or pretty close with ETH passing Bitcoin, but I don't think necessarily Solana is going to pass ETH in market cap. But either way, I don't think it really matters. But yeah, I do think ETH's going to, I think ETH's going to lead out of here against Bitcoin. As far as Solana and ETH, as far as the chart goes, the Sol ETH chart, I do think it's really a toss up. One could lead the other. I think they're going to perform pretty similarly from here over the next few years.
Yeah, you mind? Can you share your screen? Can we see some of those?
Yeah,
you have on the charts.
I'm gonna have low battery on my laptop, but yeah, I'll plug it in a second. I'll share it for now. Let's see.
Yeah,
make sure. Just give me a second. All right, let's see.
I know we talked about this a while back. BNB basically acting like a stable coin compared to the corrective channel on ETH Sol Bitcoin, even with CZ getting arrested and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, I mean, Binance are obviously strong operators, right? They have all the resources in the world, so I wouldn't bet against BNB like going down from here. It's not one of my top picks in the market cap range. I like, I like other stuff better in that market cap range, but yeah, I wouldn't bet against BNB.
Right. I'm gonna put you up. Let's see what you got.
What are we even looking at? What do you want me to pull up?
Maybe like the Bitcoin ETH or the ETH Sol, some of those comparable ones. That's probably the ones that you have the most charting ability on.
Sorry, somebody messaged me right when you were saying that. Some of the most comparable ones to what?
Like the Bitcoin ETH or the ETH Sol.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I said, ETH Bitcoin coiling up on the higher time frame has been coiling up for the last few years, but even on the lower time frames now, I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw ETH lead from the beginning, just straight from here. But yeah, I do think ETH Bitcoin goes up over the next few years, which pushes ETH past Bitcoin in market cap. We probably see a new all time high on the ratio, or like at least a retest of these all time highs, which means if Bitcoin goes to 200 this cycle, that would mean if ETH Bitcoin's up here at that point, that would mean 220 10 20 $25,000 ETH, something like that, right there. And then obviously this is over a few year time frame, probably Sol ETH. Like I said, it's a toss up. Literally could go either way, in my
Ooh,
opinion.
it's hitting like all-time highs at this
It's at,
point.
it's at an all time high, and anytime it's at all time high, especially when it's been consolidating for over a month at all time high, it could literally go either way. This could be a corrective consolidation and it continues, or it could be forming a bigger correction here, or like a bigger consolidation, or just a major top. So really, I don't really have a strong opinion on whether Solar ETH's going to outperform. It really doesn't matter if you just have a basket of both. You know what I mean? So,
Hey, Bren, let me ask you: are you basing the ETH to BTC, I guess, like outperformance just on chart, or are you? What are you? What do you have any fundamentals, or is it mostly like chart driven for you?
uh, mostly chart, but like I said, I think ETH the platform and everything that's going to be built on it, DeFi. I think there's the block space demand in general that there's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and I think most of it's going to go on ETH and its L2s. I do think the Ethereum, the platform, will be worth a lot more than Bitcoin digital gold when it's all said and done, and like when blockchains like fully adopted and all that.
Mm.
Obviously, like that guy said, that could be 3 to 5 year, 3 to 5 year. Uh, it could take several years for that to play out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know. I guess I don't share the same vision. I mean, perhaps the certain L2s, like I would probably bet on anything happening on base just because it's backed by Coinbase, and they've been getting a ton of of new updates and traction. But anything else, all these L2s are just kind of like cannibalizing each other, and they're not actually helping Ethereum at all. So I just have this vision
why would you
where
say it's not? They're not helping Ethereum, and I would say I think it's really hard to judge like the health of anything during shitty conditions, right? So
true. True.
you know,
But let's look at Solana, for instance, right? Like they just keep having more and more users on a daily basis and more wallets, right? And more DeFi volume. And that's what I'm saying, that it is a shitty time, but in shitty times you see things that are kind of like, setting a light,
what more
and those that
DeFi
are
volume
actually
does Solana have? We try to interrupt you, but like, is it like borrowing and lending? You're saying there's more on Solana than ETH?
well, no, just active daily users on DeFi. Like when you look at Drift, right? Drift platform, which is the number one first platform on Solana, and then you got volume in Jupiter. They just you can see that this is it's just I mean, and honestly, to be fairly honest with anyone, it's been heavily driven by meme coins. Even now,
Like 99%, I would say.
right? So right now, it's struggling a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of being built in Solana, not just meme coins, where it's like DePen, right? You have great startups in DePen and AI. Some of them actually having worldwide traction. I don't know if you follow Hive Mapper or if you follow Helium, but those guys have a product and they're starting to already kind of like drive not just user adoption but also revenues, right? So
For
it's just
sure.
interesting to see. Also, you have all these protocols joining Solana, whether it's like Render, et cetera, et cetera. So not saying that I don't want or I don't think Ethereum is going to be successful. I think it is. It's just the rate of growth, unless something really like exciting happens, which I don't know what's going to happen on a technology standpoint. Perhaps it's base or another L2.
Yeah.
I just don't see it outperforming Bitcoin at least short term. We'll see. Maybe
Yeah,
in
I
10
would say
years.
again, I think
So
we're looking at like a really small time frame in a kind of like a mini bear market or where conditions are trash. I think what's going to drive block space demand or where most block space demand is going to be in 5 years is not going to be in meme coins. Obviously, they're going to be around. Um, right. We're just in a really unique time where crypto's dominated 90% by meme coins. And then, like, obviously, a lot by the Bitcoin ETF narrative. But again, if we're going to have a billion people using blockchain, it's not going to be mostly because they're trading meme coins. It's going to be different user apps, people trading on Poly Market, just a bunch of different stuff. And I
mhm.
still think Ethereum is set up the best to really get most of that demand. And I mean, all you really have to look at is BlackRock and what they're all doing. They're building on Ethereum. I mean, for now, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think we should go on too long about this. But yeah, I do
yeah.
think both. I think either way, Solana and Ethereum will both do well, and they're optimized for different things either way. So
So before we move on, I was just reading on your Telegram this morning. I think actually not too a few hours ago you posted something very interesting. Do you want to talk about it, like about the what the actual market looks like? I know that you had a ton of
yeah,
reactions, which
sure.
means that it was
The president
received. Yeah,
about the elections.
I believe so. Yeah, and how
Can you
do
hear me?
those affect the crypto
Okay.
space, which I believe is the relevant topic here.
I think there's a slight delay between us because I think I just plugged in my laptop. But either way, I'm still sharing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I just made this tweet. I just saw this tweet by this guy Gumshoe, which kind of just really summarized something I've been thinking a lot about lately, and just kind of what I always thought about. I mean, everybody kind of this general consensus right now is that Trump wins, good for crypto. It's going to go up only, and if Kamala wins, we're fucked. And you even have people like Alex Becker saying this, and he's being hyperbolic. He just he jokes a lot, but that seems to be a lot of like the sentiment right now. And I would say I think kind of like I laid out in here. You can go and read this if in its full length if you want on the Telegram, but pretty much what I said in this is like crypto is a decentralized international asset minus maybe an initial reaction from whoever wins, whether it be positive or negative. I do think crypto is going to chug along either way, and pretty much inflationary and deflationary pressures are a lot more important right now than whoever's president, and those are pressures from the massive money printing, all that would have happened no matter who was president. And if we're going to see a recession, it's not going to matter who's president. So pretty much my whole point in what I was saying in this post is that I think it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't put so much weight on these elections and that it's going to pass either way and crypto is going to chug right along. I think what's most important is you have people like BlackRock, which, have all the assets in the world and who are going to be there. Presidents come and go every 4 or 8 years, but people like BlackRock, if they really thought Kamala was going to destroy crypto or whatever it may be, I don't think they would be going all in like this. And those guys have way more insight than all of us combined times a million. So with that, like I said, my whole point in this, I just caution people to just not put so much weight on the elections, and that I think crypto is going to do great over the next 5 years either way.
Yeah, no, I see it the same, and I think there's a obviously this narrative that whatever happened in the last 4 years can continue happening if Kamala gets elected. But to be honest, we also had the 2021 bull market was during this current administration, right? So I think that at some point people have to understand that yes, maybe the adoption is not as fast, or perhaps it's not as fast. Although, we also have to be, whether you support Trump or not, you have to understand that most candidates will say whatever they have to say to gain votes, right?
Exactly.
So we never know what's going to happen really if they're going to implement it or not. Obviously, we don't want another 4 years of Gary Gensler. At least I think that that would not be ideal. But I think that there's a lot of young voters and crypto users that, regardless of who they vote, they will put definitely a lot of pressure in favorable regulations, right? So I don't think it's as critical as people think. I don't
Exactly.
think they're going to ban crypto. I don't think they're going to go after. I mean, look, just like anything, we need regulation. I think is helpful for us to thrive, but I don't think it's doomsday whether one candidate or the other wins. But those are my two thoughts. Jenksy, are we gonna have Rhodes here to kind of like discuss other areas of crypto, or is he not coming today?
I don't think he's coming, so it's just
Okay.
us three with the ship today.
Do
No,
we
I
want
agree
to?
with your point.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
think both candidates don't really have a stance on crypto. They're just saying whatever it needs to get the votes done. Like, I don't think anyone or they understand what the implications are with blockchain technology, with tokenization. Maybe they understand the security side, but I don't think they really fully grasp what we crypto native people understand right now. So I think they're just positioning for votes, and I don't even think that's kind of their top
Hey, all
15
I have to
policies
say,
right now.
man, is bacon has to be beautifully made in the U.S. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but
Yeah.
uh, I just
I
want
don't
all
know.
the
Your
bacon
Trump
to be
impression
made
was
in the
kind of
U.S.
lacking, so I didn't really get it.
That was funny, man. Honestly, that was hilarious. But no, that's true. They probably don't know anything about crypto, both candidates. But as long as they let us, build and thrive and do our own things, I think we'll be fine. Um, so, Jenksy, other things that happen. I mean, obviously, this is not the area that Bren specializes on, but NFTs. I mean, we've seen. Have you guys seen all these CryptoPunk sales lately? Massive. I mean, we just had apparently
Yeah, I can
not
pull it
too
up.
long ago we had an ape punk that sold for 10 ETH. The reason why is apparently it was connected with some sort of like um, one of those DAOs that was fractionalized back in the day. And so this punk that is supposed to be valued at 450 ETH sold for around 10 ETH because it was not an exploit, but a way to kind of like go around the kind of like the protocol, right? So
Mhm.
they are. I don't know if you've seen the headlines, but it's this ape punk is all over the
Was it just
timeline.
sold on the market or like what?
Well, yeah, it got accepted through. Oh, no, there was a platform called, I believe it's called Nitfex, yeah. But that was discontinued. But so what happened is there was a contract where there were multiple owners, right? Because it was fractionalized. I don't think you're gonna find the website. I think it was discontinued. But 14 days ago, someone made a proposal for like 0.001 ETH per share, right? Because it was a fractionalized punk, and it was not
Mhm.
rejected, right? So if it's not rejected, the way the contract was designed apparently is that it just gets auto accepted, right? So
Yeah.
no one kind of like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know if this is
Crazy.
100% accurate, but this things could be worth like, in between 1 and 2 million bucks, and it just sold for like 10 ETH, which is what, with 200 grand, not even, no, 20 grand.
20
What is it?
grand. Yeah.
20
So
grand.
you're
Yeah,
saying
20
the
grand.
DAO people or the fractionalized shares people weren't checking the thing every day or whatever, and they just got sold?
That's insane.
Yeah, dude. Like it's all over my timeline. I don't know, but there's a bunch of different like I believe someone got liquidated recently for a bunch
It's
of
one of
dollars.
these, right? One of the ape ones.
That's not. It's it has a bandana and sunglasses, but it's not
He
there.
listed it right away or what?
I don't know if he listed it right away. I don't know. I
Here, NFT noob talking, by the way. But
yeah,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
right.
But no, I was
But
saying,
crazy stuff.
yeah, no. So damn, so 10 ETH, that's insane.
Yeah, dude. Imagine like there's only like I don't know how many ape punks there are, but I don't know. You're looking at that one. That one is that Denksy, the 2386. I think it is. Yes, that one.
Crazy.
This one?
But with blue background, so I don't think
What a
it's that
come
one
up.
actually. No, it's blue background. So it's this
Here
that
it is.
same. Yeah,
Sales.
So do you guys still hold apes or like mutants or like what is your
yeah,
guys?
we do. We have a few apes and a few mutants, and to be honest, part of it is because we also have a ton of like land
Uh-huh.
that we acquired, and in fact,
So you guys still have other side land, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Our co-founder Borchil also has a bunch of like land, and look, let's see. I think there's actually positive news coming from you guys side of things, and as much as the NFT market has been depressed, it looks like there's a ton of lately a ton of recent updates and activity happening
Yeah,
in the space, right? Which is good, right? Because it's not only bad news, but you also have I think that the trading volume on Ethereum NFTs was almost 4 million just yesterday,
nice.
the 24 hours, which is decent. And you had a few or most of NFTs green. Budgie Penguins were a little bit up. Bored Asia Club was up. Azuki was up. A bunch of these NFTs, they all have updates coming up. I think Azuki has the anime update, which is coming up here soon.
What's the floor price of the land now?
It's not very high, so I don't
I
recommend
know
you
No,
there's
the
a
to.
lot of
common
it,
land
right?
is
There's
like
like 100.
basically not high.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there's also like 50 to 100 grand of this, right? So it's not you don't look at floor land, but people
yeah,
specifically look at land that is kind of like strategically located within the map, right? So if you go to the map, there's certain areas that are located to kind of like the middle, the center island or club island, they call it. But anyways, we'll see what really happens with the value of the land.
because
I
I mean,
really,
like, if
yeah.
other side somehow does anything, like becomes anything,
Mhm.
like I don't know, just owning a piece of the map or like the land, that's just like that's that's crazy. That's fire.
Yeah. By the way, we almost crossed 400 active listeners. So
Four
for everyone
hundred. Wow,
listening,
that's awesome. What's
you
up?
guys rock. What I was saying is there's even like companies, startups. I spoke with a startup not too long ago that they were essentially buying land or what they call renting land for companies to sponsor their brand on. Like, so let's say that they have a
Yeah.
map of other side and you put the, Adidas logo or whatever your company logo on it, right? And so
Yep.
that when the game goes live, you get like it's kind of like advertising on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You're just paying for real estate. In this case, it's like metaverse real estate, which we
Yeah.
don't know how valuable that's going to be. But kind of like the sandbox one, but hopefully this game is actually better, way better than the sandbox one. All these
Yeah. I
central.
mean, it has to be better than Sandbox. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sandbox looks kind of crazy, but or like at least better than what's it called, Decentraland.
yeah,
That was crazy.
Isn't like
yeah.
Sandbox like relatively dead or something? Like there's like 6 active players or something for like
6
a while.
active. Wow.
I mean,
That's what
it's
I read like a year ago. So they're probably
Oh,
down to
Jesus
like 5
Christ.
now.
yeah. So I don't know, man. And then so NFTs are doing fairly well. I mean, the only ones that are not really doing as well as Bitcoin NFTs, I haven't really been tracking, but I know Node Monks we're down to 0.12 BTC, and honestly interesting because I remember selling these things for almost like zero point 0.7
Nice.
back in February, and I thought that was a good trade, but anyways, it's just it's unfortunate to see because there's seems like to be one of those areas that might come back, but who's trading these things, right? Because it's not cheap. You can easily be kind of like not manipulated, but there's all these mempools, right, and all these things that happen on the back. It's not like instantaneous as Ethereum or like Solana.
Hmm.
There's always like a delay, and so people can apparently bid and kind of like front run you or something like that. There's a bunch of things
Gotcha.
that happen. So not very exciting for me to maybe to just hold, but not to trade.
Yeah.
Um, and then
Yeah, it's definitely
anything,
a step back
yeah,
on NFT technology. The ordinals.
right, yeah, yeah. It's not rocket science, man. It's actually kind of like coming back, but it's more of a flex. It's always been a flex, and honestly, right now at these prices, it doesn't really even look like a flex. I just rather hold Bitcoin probably.
Have you guys been
Um,
accumulating anything NFT wise or?
to be honest, NFTs just like NFTs that I support, like from whether it's partners or friends of mine.
Mhm.
But I haven't really been accumulating high. I mean, I have a bunch of different kind of like top. I have Pudgy penguins. I have
Yeah.
I have some apes. I have some. I actually had a Inasuki and I sold it, but I have a bunch of quirkies in
Okay.
in other communities. But honestly, not really PFP wise. I think I want to see something else within NFTs aside from PFPs. To be honest, I want to see something being built.
Gaming potentially, or like what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think gaming could be very interesting. I think it will be very interesting. I just want to make sure that the gaming assets are actually going to be able to be traded and monetized, and it's not just like one of those like tier member access that you never know what's going to happen with it, right? Because the game has to still be developed.
We got to
So,
have a good game first and
yeah.
foremost, So
Other thing I wanted to ask you, Bren, are you much into like new protocol launches? Or I know there's not really a lot of happening right now with like ICOs in this case, IDOs or ICOs, or tokens. But do you track new token launches, whether it's like protocols, etc., or not much?
I mean, I try to. I definitely pay attention. I think there's not much happening. Like, obviously, there's meme stuff that launches every day, and
Yeah.
that's a different thing. But as far as like actual protocols or stuff apart from that, I recently just really started digging into gaming. As kind of I was asking you because I know NFTs, if and when that kind of blows up, NFTs are going to be like half, like, a big part of that. But really getting into gaming, some AI, but I do think memes are going to be like the lowest hanging fruit where people are always going to go to when they come. But I don't think memes are going to dominate 90% of crypto like they are now forever. So therefore, I'm kind of looking a little like putting a little bit more time into other areas that I think are going to be those next up or be up there. And I think gaming is one of them that really excites me, and I think could actually have like some longevity. So really been doing a lot with that. I'm thinking about I don't know. I'm thinking about buying like one of the Neo Tokyo Citizens.
Yeah, to get access to their platform.
Yeah, and I think they're just just the guys in crypto gaming. We'll say whatever you want about Alex Becker and them, but they're just locked in with it, the gaming stuff. And,
yeah. Whatever they say moves the markets. Let's say that, right? Because it's such a small space that I think the AI market, the crypto AI market, is less than 20 billion, and the crypto gaming market is around the same or a little bit smaller than that. Is it right? So if these guys talk about a token on their YouTube channels, they have like millions of followers, right? It's going to move the price.
To be
So,
fair, if you watch the videos, I don't think they're necessarily trying to. He even say like, if this thing goes up, I'm probably going to sell it too. But I think their ideas about long term about where crypto gaming is going to go, I think is pretty on point, and I really think they're smart guys. I think Alex's style, like he's pretty polarizing. Whatever, I like him. I think he's funny. I think he's very smart. He's one of the few people in the space that have proven himself to make millions of dollars outside of crypto. He's just like doing it because whatever else. But anyways,
so this is what I do. Let's see. Go to. Are you sharing your screen, Danksy?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, go to cryptomarketcap.com, because I want to filter by games. Because so back in December, January, we were actually very actively looking at games. Obviously, what happened, but I'm curious to see the ones that you're looking at, and perhaps we can give some alpha to some of the members, or if you have not looked at, we can perhaps like filter them by market cap.
I think a lot of what's going to be really good hasn't come out yet, but I do think that I like a few of the games I was looking at from what is it? See, I have it written down. Hold on. Immutable, like a lot of the infrastructure. Okay, so anytime you're looking at any type of narrative, besides meme coins, a little bit different, but infrastructure plays are always great. So something like Immutable X, I think, is going to continue to do well. Stuff like that. Now you kind of have to go a little bit down. I think a lot of these that are on top are kind of how it was in 2014 or 2017, where a lot of crap is still on the top of the market cap list. I think a lot of these games that are going to do really well haven't even come out yet. Therefore, the tokens haven't come out. So I have some Immutable X. Some of the if you scroll up a little bit, some of the infrastructure plays, and then My Pet Hooligan or whatever. I think from what I've seen from Alex and those other ones, guys that are actually into like looking at Superverse. Okay, actually number one for me that I just went into pretty hard yesterday. I completely forgot it was Superverse. You just passed it. Superverse, I posted about that in the channel as well. Superverse was started by Elio Trades. We were just talking about back in like 2021. It stood the test of time. It is obviously got washed out like a lot of these ICOs did in 2021 or whatever they're called, IDOs. But I think again, he just has his hand like very tapped in the gaming space. They're kind of trying to do what Portal Coin is doing too, to kind of be like a chain that all games can build upon and like their token as well. I personally have more. I believe I have more belief and conviction in someone like Elio, who's actually tapped in with the whole gaming thing for the last 4 years, rather than something like Portal. More bullish on that. So Superverse is another one. Beautiful corrective chart as well. I think that's going to easily 5 to 10x from here.
It's
Possibly.
been holding up pretty good. You think it gets to 4 or 5 billion market cap? That's what your thoughts?
It's at 300 million. Yeah, I think it easily gets into the billions. I mean, if anybody's around in 2020, 2021 to see what like the absolute crap that would get to billions every single day, I think something like Superverse, which has again been around for 4 or 5 years, in an all out bull market euphoria like we've had in the past, could easily be in the multiple billions. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at Superverse back in December, and honestly, it's held up pretty well. I mean, it went to 0.5, back to 0.85 today, or 0.84, which is not too far from all-time highs. So it's just given the market, as you mentioned, is what it is. I look at immutable eggs and like CDFI and things like that, but I just don't particularly. I want to be in platforms. I know that obviously infrastructure is the safest play. So if you want to park, maybe I don't know how heavy you went into this. If you want to park significant amount of capital, maybe like Beam is also a good option, right?
Yeah.
Beam is multi chain, but I think they also have I think they operate on Avalanche, right, and other chains as well. And
that's something that Alex Becker is pretty bullish on, and those people
Yeah.
are Avalanche as far as gaming. And they're the thing. And really quickly, the reason I'm so bullish on those guys too is because they have like they're talking to all the people actually developing the games and all that stuff. And one thing I would just say about why I'm so bullish on Superverse too is just really at the end of the day, the long term growth of anything is going to be based on the people like running it. That's why I'm bullish on teams like people in Nero and meme coins, Superverse, and this and stuff like that. But yeah, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I appreciate you saying that, because I kind of like forgot. Look, what happens with this market is like it's all attention driven, and you look at this chart. I haven't looked at the chart from Superverse, and honestly, it's one of the ones that have held the best. My other bet was Echelon Prime. I don't know if you look into Prime. It's more of a game. But they are also into AI. So Danksy, I think is I don't know what number it is, but it's about 250 million market cap, something like that.
What is it?
But
Prime?
dude, if you look at that,
Prime. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have some Prime. My buddy Toon, he was telling me about that a while back, and actually Ansem too is like, it's weird. And a post a few months ago, like he put down all his conviction plays, probably like 5 or 6 coins, and one of them's Prime as well. So he's heavy into that.
Yeah, I mean the team seems to be completely like, I mean, they're well backed. They're building at the intersection of gaming and AI. If there's someone that can, they also have some NFTs. If there's someone that can really succeed in the space, I believe this is one of the top gaming bets, and they already have a token. And if you look at it, better than participating on new token launches, whether the market heats up or not, this thing is down horrendously. I think it went back to $28 and is now around $7, right? So what is that, Danksy? Is that like 60-70% or more?
It's considered down horrendously.
Yeah.
It's like 75%, yeah.
So it's one of those things that if you really are looking into this space, and particularly into gaming, this is probably one of my top priorities.
Yeah, it's been holding this low for like almost a month now, too, or a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Prime, I forgot about Prime as well.
Yeah, Pixel was good too. Do you have My Pet Hooligan, which those guys have been here forever, ever since.
What is it?
Pixels.
Pixel, yeah.
Yeah, Pixel.
I think a lot of what's going to come out and the really good stuff, like most of it hasn't come out yet, and like I think a lot of the like big plays, like the smaller cap stuff, hasn't come out, and there's just a lot of established stuff, a few coins that everybody already knows about. So it's kind of a lot of high cap stuff already there, which I think will do well. But I think a lot of like the good plays are yet to come for me. I think it's PIXL maybe. Oh no, maybe not. I'm tripping. Pixels.
Oh, is it this one? I'll open the website.
Lazy Lion or what?
You think so? I don't know.
No. It's I think it's Pixels. Yeah. I mean, well, look at the chart, because so the thing about Pixels, and I don't really particularly know what so yeah, let's see. Is it?
Looks like there's a game.
Yeah. So the thing about these
Yeah.
launches, and one that actually kind of like I don't think it's gonna ever. I mean, it probably come back a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna ever outperform is Portal. Portal, you guys, and you talk about it, Bren, but it's one of those things that when something launches so high in terms of like FDV, it just
Yeah.
creates a bad sentiment and doesn't have enough time for people to actually kind of like make money on the token, right? Like most people that made money on the token are all pre BCs and previous rounds, but those that bought on the day that it launched, they all got wrecked, right? So it's one of those things that I don't know if this thing is gonna ever come back, right? Whereas some other tokens that were more fairly launched might come back faster, but yeah,
Yeah, this one's down horrendous for sure.
The thing is,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just all about execution. If they're good at creating partnerships like they claim to be and all that, then they will. That's why I just have more.
Yeah.
I just have more conviction in people like Elio who have been here for like 5 or 6 years to actually get that done.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Another website that I used, you guys, I don't know if you do, Brand, but back in December, all these token launches were very hot, right? I think it was anywhere from like December to March. Is CryptoRank.io. Do you use that page much?
Yeah, I've been on there
Right.
before. Yeah.
So you click on the ICO section, and then you
Yeah.
can filter by category. I was just filtering by games. I think you filter by games. Or there, yeah, just like click on games and upcoming ideas. And honestly, just looking at stuff that is coming up, I don't know if there's anything really exciting. For the at least for the next, I know a lot of tokens that you mentioned are probably going to be more of a fair launch, or some of them are through CDFI. Like for instance, I don't know if that token, what is it like? Um, the token what's that game that is so popular right now? On the timeline. Is it
Uh,
is it the one by
the shooting game.
Yeah, that shooting game. I think it's
I
called.
completely
I think we
forgot it.
discussed
But
it.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. The one on PlayStation, right?
Right.
Isn't
But
that
that
like off
token.
the grid or something?
Yeah,
Off the grid, yeah.
exactly. But
But
that one is already
that's
back.
on this one. What's the one we looked at? Is it on Echelon Prime?
No, it's not. They have so many different names. I
They have a
forgot.
token or like or no?
It's on Superverse.
No,
This
it's
is it?
not. Well, it's part of the Superverse, but it's not their token. Their token is actually called differently. I mean, if you quickly search on
Yeah,
X, you will find
Superverse is
it.
trying to move to their own chain too, so that's like another big thing I think will
Is it this one?
help it.
Yeah, but what's the actual token on this, guys? It's a different
Here, I'll look it
different
up.
company.
Off the grid token.
Is it?
Off the grid game review guns. Does
Godzilla.
off the
That's
grid have
right.
a coin? Off the
Godzilla.
grid is
Oh, that's what it is. Gunzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla. So that's the
OTG.
token.
It's called OTG. The
Yeah.
coin.
So I think this thing could be. I mean, they already sold the notes, right? I think that's what they did. They had a round that were selling notes back in December. We were offered that in B3L, a bunch of their notes.
Oh,
And
really?
some people, yeah, some people participated, some not. But I really don't know. Investing in notes, it's like one of those things that unless you're investing in top tier notes, you might just be screwed, right? So, I
You're
don't know. I
losing
really
money
don't
on
know.
it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Look, there's a few games. I'll take a look at the market. Look, there's a lot of things that still have to really come back. By the way, we just crossed 515 live
500? That's
members.
crazy.
Yes, which is a record so far
That's
since we
awesome.
started. So thank you everyone for listening.
We'll definitely give away
Um,
some money in a second if you guys are down. But
Yes,
what I was gonna say
Jesse, we
is
should do a giveaway as well.
the
Are
last
you
thing I want
doing
to
a
say on
giveaway
this. Just,
on your Telegram, Bren, or what
yeah,
are you
I'm gonna
doing?
give away one person I recognize from Telegram, and then we'll give away some more money to whoever else too. But what I was gonna say is I think just similar to last thing is like similar to how price moves very quick. It's like nothing will be happening, and all of a sudden Bitcoin will bottom and go crazy. I think the same thing with these games. It'll seem like nothing's going on, then all of a sudden one game will drop out of nowhere, and that's how these things do. They don't make crazy in that like they kind of certain people in the know will know stuff's coming out, but it'll just kind of one game will come out of nowhere, like one big game will have some kind of crypto adoption, something, and then all of a sudden you'll just hear about all this different stuff kind of thing. So I think right now, if in gaming, what I'm doing is just learning first and foremost, just as much as I can, just kind of trying to get tapped into people that do know what they're been in this for a few years, and then just investing in the infrastructure plays, Superverse, even Avalanche, stuff like that is going to get a lot of the gaming stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed. Do you look at AI tokens much or not?
I mean, a little bit. Like, I'm starting to learn more about AI and crypto in general because at first it didn't really make sense, like what the connection is between it. And like, whatever. I think gaming made more sense to me, and but I think AI, just because it's going to be
Mhm.
such a big narrative in the world in general, it'll be having some crypto overlap either way,
Yeah.
whether the technology has any overlap or not. But yeah, to be honest, a couple months ago I looked down this list like you were saying, did some research into the major projects, but I haven't made any big investments yet into the space, to be honest.
Yeah, because no, that makes complete sense. And honestly, this might be the time to start to look and shop, right? Because honestly, we've gone to the point that altcoins have been so massively destroyed, right, and wrecked that you're probably looking at very good deals on the open market, right? You don't have to really, like, if you were back in December or back in December, January, everything was so hot that people wanted to be on the new deals, right? That's how you make the 10, 20x's. But now with the market being so depressed, you are looking at companies that are very well funded. If you go to any of these companies that are on the list, right? You don't have to even go like top 20 or top 50. If you go top 100, there's some of these companies that are down horrendously and they're extremely well funded, like AOZ, I think it's called. Yeah, AOZ is one of those that I'm looking at to add market cap 400 million. A
This
you
one?
got it, Denksy? Yeah, AOZ network, that one. Yeah, one
Oh,
of the ones.
AOs. That's funny.
AOs
Before
or
you
AOZ.
go,
Yeah.
before you
Mhm.
really quickly, this is one of the few. Okay, so in 2021, I made a lot of money on like a lot of early coins. Decentraland went like 60x for me. Like Uniswap, a lot of them went crazy. And then I took a lot of those coins and invested in a lot of these newer IDOs, AOs being one of them.
Nice.
And it's one of them, but well, you're not very nice actually, because
What did you
they were
invest in
down like
back then?
99%, like most of them did at the beginning, and I sold, whatever.
Oh
Like,
shit.
but now I looked at it. Actually, Alex Becker in one of his videos recently
Yeah.
talked about it, and then I looked at the
Yeah.
chart, and it's up like whatever 50x from the bottom, and I'm like, oh shit.
It's one of those companies that, I mean, if you look at their team, they're building, and when you look at like companies like Render, it's already a 2 billion market cap, BitTensor 2 billion market cap.
Yeah,
If you're looking for like 10, 20x's, the market heats up, you want to be looking at coins that are in between 100 and 500 million in the
yeah,
safer. If you
yeah,
want to be a complete degen, you can go under 100 million, right? But
exactly,
in that 100 to 500 million, there's so many tokens I'm looking at that I would be interested in participating when things kind of like
exactly.
get a little bit better, right?
I love
So
that because it's exactly the same with meme coins for me now too. It's like
yeah,
you don't have to be buying like $1 or $2 million like lotteries or even under than that. Right now, there's so many good coins that are in the. For me, it's like the 30 to 100 million market cap range in the meme coin market that are
Mhm.
undervalued like crazy, that are in good corrections, kind of already proven teams, like good communities, all that. And people
Mhm.
see 30 to 100, they're like, how am I going to make any money on that? But they don't realize those coins are down 50 to 90%. And
Yeah.
even if we get any bit of like a strong resurgence and like a strong bull market, which I think is coming, those coins are going to 5, 10, 15, 20x, 50x, some of them, if things do get crazy. So
Yeah.
like you were saying, there's no
So
reason to like go super low cap right now. You can find some good coins without having to, risk like crazy.
yeah. So since you mentioned it, why don't we just pivot to meme coins, which I'm sure a lot of people are thinking. I wanted to get your thoughts because I particularly haven't been trading much in the last 2 weeks, regardless of how the market has been or whatever. I just been my only focus have been kind of like my existing meme coin bags, which we can discuss in a minute. But how is your community and how have you been trading, or if not at all? I would like to know what have you been
Yeah.
doing lately with meme coins? Because honestly, it just feels like unless you're in the trenches 24/7, it's very difficult to really make a successful flip or a successful trade in today's market. Would you agree or no?
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree with that last part 100%. Like the market is essentially in hard mode right now. Since meme coins, minus the whole Doge and, SHIB thing, that was like meme coins, I'm talking since Pepe. There's been maybe maybe 3 to 4 of these mini meme coin bear markets, essentially where trading during these times, there is still some outliers like Nero and stuff like that that'll do well. But like you just said, unless you're in the trenches, taking profits very aggressively, getting in, almost perfect entries, getting out, very quickly, it's very hard right now. So for the most part, overall the last few months, minus a few good plays that we've been able to do, my partner Bossman's really tapped in with the meme coin stuff. Other people in our group are, a lot of my other friends are. So I've been, lucky to get on some great plays like Nero. We posted it in the group at 6 million. I bought it probably around there, 7 to 8 million. Faux far, a lot of the Tron stuff we did pretty good on. But besides, generally day to day for me, I've been doing very little trading besides those few I just named, just because, again, it's so easy to lose money right now. It's just about surviving. And then again, accumulating those good coins in good corrections that are going to do very well in a few months. And then when conditions do improve, that's when I really go harder in the stuff, newer stuff, because it has more follow through. That's kind of how I've learned over the last 8 or 9 years to really, because if you trade the same way you did during the bull market, you're going to lose a lot of money. You got to really change your behaviors based on the market conditions. So that's kind of what I've done in the last few months.
No, that's a great approach, man. I mean, to be honest, right now we're all like kind of like liquidity conservation, right? Just kind of like capital conservation mode. So I guess if we go from up to down, whether it's like coin market cap or whatever, one token that has been doing very, very well. I mean, two of them, right? One that I personally have and have been adding is PopCat. To me, the number one now, even though obviously Dubwith has a higher market cap, 1.5 billion. I believe PopCat has the right amount of momentum and holder metrics, etc., to be the number one token. Also, I think cats in general have had stronger run this cycle than dogs. So PopCat is my number one hold for Solana in terms of like what I call like a safe large cap meme coin. But then there's other ones like Mog, which I believe you are in, and then Nero. What a comeback, Danksy. So are you guys adding to your existing bags or just seeing how?
I added on the way down a little bit. I definitely didn't go too crazy. I wish I would have more, but I think it just comes down to, again, I've highlighted this in these calls and then the channel like 100 times. It's, to me, and like a second ago, it's all about the operators, and it's hard in meme coins to identify because everybody's kind of anonymous, like who the team is and all this stuff. But it's evident in the partnerships people are making, again, with SHIB and whatever's going on with that. Binance, they just got a partnership with Binance, all that stuff. Whenever you see that and the team's ability to make those partnerships and drive hype, which they have been able to, for me, it's a no-brainer. I think that's, that they're going to keep going up. So I did accumulate a little bit during this time when it did come down. In Nero, we're talking about. As far as Mog, to me, Mog's just a perfect meme coin. It's very, very hard to recreate it because from what I understand, again, I don't know. I'm not one of the founders of the team. I was involved like somewhat early on as far as like, back early on this last year, maybe when it was like 20, 30 million. But from what I understand, they didn't give any, money to anybody to promote it. There's a lot of influential people who, like K-Money and OSF Rect, and all these people who just like the concept and the community and whatever the vibe, all that shit. And then obviously Mog is just a phrase and a word people use, really big in pop culture right now, completely separate from the coin. And then obviously, like I said, and then a nice corrective chart. So for me, Mog, I don't know if you're ever going to get like a nice 60% correction like this again, at least before it's like 2 or 3 billion. I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's probably going to 10x from here.
Yeah, no, I would imagine so, and I believe those guys that you mentioned that they've been in this token since 2023, right? So there's a lot of like long-term holders that went through kind of like the Pepe mania back in May 2023, and I think Mao came right after, right? So are you still holding Landwolf, or what's the deal with that? Because I've been looking at it, but it's just
someone was talking about that in the chat. So
Wolf got wrecked. I don't know why it got wrecked more than other coins, but to me, I think Wolf has good operators behind the coin as well. I think it's just it's really tough during these conditions when conditions are crap. You don't know whether a coin's going to correct 70 or 90. But if I had to guess, I do think WIFs will recover. Again, based on the stuff other than the chart, but obviously it has gone down a ton. What is that? Definitely over 90%. But a lot of stuff has gone down 90% and gone back up. So
Yeah, no, including Popcat and Whiff, they both did like minus 80%, right? So if the token is strong and the community is strong, it will definitely come back. Another one I've been looking at, and I just keep looking at it, it's just like it keeps posting like crazy volume. Well, crazy, given the market, is F Walk, this damn frog. Have you guys been
Log,
tracking that one? That
yeah,
thing is just super strong, right? It's just
yeah,
like
that shit
holding
was
this 80 to
crazy.
70 million market cap. It just keeps like going
Why is
up
it
and
so
up.
strong? What is going on here?
I don't know, man. There's something behind this, but it's like I don't know if it's a cabal or something, but it's just one of those
Who
tokens
was
that I don't
posting? I was
understand.
talking. Someone was posting about it before.
It's
Someone was like,
funny.
"This guy is the founder.
It's a good website.
Yeah.
Someone famous."
And they've created these like NFTs or something, no? Like you can profile picture or whatever, create your profile picture.
That's cool.
And they have a ton of lore. I don't know what it is, man. I wanted to see a bigger dip, but this thing doesn't want to dip. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to stand by.
Yeah,
The other thing I used to own was Smoking Chicken Fish, but I think they've lost a ton of attention because they opened up this church, right?
yeah,
One
yeah,
of
yeah.
the and all these things. They had all these crazy spaces.
Oh
They had
shit.
you, yeah, they had you kind of like talk about their, their Ten Commandments or
The
whatever to
religion,
join it,
yeah.
right? But I mean, the volume is still like top. I believe it's top 10 on Solana meme coins. But it's just like I don't know if it's a good time to
What
kind of
about
like
like
look at it again.
Snoopy or those coins?
Yeah, I think a lot of those coins with any kind of an existing community are going to have a run at some point. Most of the time it does. But again, it's just whether that run is going to fizzle out quick and people are going to sell into it or if it's one that's going to have longevity. So
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
The other one that actually kind of like moved downwards yesterday was Tramp, right? You are a holder of that one
Yeah.
after the
So
debate.
Trump, I think if all the stars align and we do get this, crypto, correction bottom in October, November, something like that. I do think this, if the stars align like that, I do think Trump will outperform anything around its market cap. But again, I mean, if something happens with the interest rates or something where the conditions aren't great and they're bad, then obviously I don't think Trump will go with the rest of the market.
Mm-hmm.
But just with the narrative and the likelihood that we are gonna bottom out here in memes and crypto in general, I kind of like the odds for that Trump outperforms.
What is your plan to? So you still hold it. What is your plan to? I mean, obviously the elections are gonna heavily impact this token, right? So do you plan to sell, or you're not gonna disclose that plan to sell right before or after the elections, or depending on outcome? What's your plan with this?
So for me, I mean, minus. Well, even the majors, I'm just really big on taking profits on the way up on
Yeah.
anything. Like I don't care what it is, even ETH and Soul and stuff. When stuff gets euphoric, I'm definitely going to take some profits, partial profits of that into stables as well. So I'm just really big on taking profits on the way up. So just like everything, I'll take profits on Trump on the way up. But I wouldn't be surprised again if the overall crypto markets really just heat up here,
Yeah.
and maybe the elections are crazy and whatever. That something like Trump really just hits all time highs pretty quickly and maybe above there.
Yeah.
But again, that's a big if. Who knows what happens? But I like the odds of that versus other coins kind of around that same market cap.
Yeah, you just gotta be patient with some of this ones. I know you hold Harambe too, which hopefully also comes back.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going back to some of those December 2023 tokens and see which ones have, because some of those communities are still active. It's just the tokens are not performing as well. And there's other ones that, like Michi, I always believe that will come back, at some point. I'm a heavy believer on that one. There's also this cold token, Giga Chat or Giga, that I've been also part of for a while.
Yeah.
I don't have a large bag, but just being part of the group just kind of like tells me that these people, I mean, the whole account is kind of like interesting because this, like, when compared to other similar market cap tokens in Solana, it has a lower holder count, but sometimes that's even better, right? To move these things up and down crazy, but mostly
Yeah.
upwards.
I think holder count,
So
real quickly, like holder count is just not indicative really of future price movement in general. In fact, like I think without going too much into it, if you look at the traditional markets, whenever holder, you can't really track holder counts in stocks, but like whenever whales are distributing to smaller holders, i.e., like more people are holding the asset, that obviously actually creates major tops sometimes. So that's why you'll see holder count go up a lot before a lot of these, coins top out and then never come back. So I would just caution to say that just because holder count going up doesn't necessarily mean price is going to keep going up, and in fact can be bearish sometimes. But holder count going up in confluence with like an actual good coin like MOG or any of these other ones we're talking about could definitely be a good thing longer term.
yeah. Well, we just crossed 640 active listeners, guys. That's pretty crazy.
Should we keep going until 2:30 or 30 more minutes? Or do you have to
Well,
do
I
some
know
more?
we have a stop, a quick stop here is soon, but I wanted to perhaps end up whether you want to bring up some other tokens you're looking at, or if you're trading anything on Tron. I know your partner, which by the way, we have to get Bossman in here. I know
Yeah,
he's
no, we
trading
will eventually.
some Tron tokens, but are you trading anything on Tron or anything
I do hold some stuff on a few things on Tron right now. I'd have to look. I mostly just FOFAR. I definitely sold on the way up on there, but I still have a bag on that. That chart looks pretty decent. Right now, I'm not accumulating anything more on Tron. I'm still more so focused on those established soul memes, apart from MOG. As far as ETH goes, like any other memes like that, I mean, you could probably. I do have a little bit of the other Trump meme coins on there that I bought like a couple months ago. I'm really not too excited about anything Trump and crypto in general now. Just the last few months, but yeah, mostly just taking the profits I'm making in the shorter term Tron and ETH plays. Kate was another one I think is probably going to keep going up in the short term on ETH. And kind of putting them in in more established coins, I think have upside in the next year or so.
Yeah, no, the other one I was looking at
KACATE, by the way. My bad.
Look at it.
Only because again, like it already is going up. I usually don't. It is pulling back a tiny bit. I usually don't suggest anybody buys something that's at least not correcting a little bit. But I would just keep an eye on it. Again, it does look like there's good what's called operators behind it. There are, I think, going to be listed on Binance, or they're on the Binance Web3 thing app, and I have rumors that it's going to be listed on there. Who knows? But yeah, I'd keep my eye on that one. But besides that, again, just a lot of the established memes from 3-4 months ago that we talked about.
What do you think about these like top memes like Pepe from like the previous meme cycles?
Pepe looks great. I love Pepe. The Pepe's chart, I think it's going to continue to go up. It could even start to reach escape velocity, get up there with Doge. But I do think there's a very good chance you and I kind of share the same belief on Doge. Very bullish. I think we're kind of due for something from Elon. I know he put out a tweet like a week ago, kind of like didn't necessarily mention Doge, whatever, but he put the picture of the Doge, which didn't do anything, which is surprising. But when conditions are good, if Elon does anything with Twitter and Doge or whatever, and then a lot of these other older coins do pump, I do think Doge is undervalued and probably hits $1. And I think honestly, if it does hit $1, it probably smashes through it, hits $1.50, $2, something like that. So
yeah, I think the Elon stuff really makes sense at like 25 cents, 20 cents mark. Right now, it's still kind of dead.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really looked at the majors. I know Dogecoin, whatever Elon does and his buddies will definitely affect the token very much. And so if we have a bull market, it will do well. But I'm interested in this one. I was looking in BSC chain, right? Binance. Have you guys looked at the Simon's cat? I was just looking at the metrics today. I mean, incredible volume, but not just that. I believe they have over 200,000 holders. Is that right? That's insane. Yeah, Simon's cat. Yeah.
200,000 holders?
Yeah, is that right?
Is this
you sure 188,000 of those aren't bots? Like, that's crazy.
Maybe.
200 is insane. No, I'm just playing. But 200 is crazy.
No, I don't think there's that many users in crypto.
Yeah, I don't think there's that many people trading memes right now.
This is probably bought it, but it says
necessarily.
one cat to a
463K
billion.
followers. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like a pretty famous illustrator.
Yeah, but I think there was a Simon's Cat several times.
Okay, yeah. So check out which one is the right one, because there's like multiple, as Bren
I mean,
says,
unless
but-
it's from the creator himself or something, this one's different.
Oh no, this one seems like it has like 120 million market cap.
I mean, it's not like one of those coins that just went straight up like in 5 minutes, you know. So
No,
Did
I'm
you
looking
really,
at
did you
it.
really launch a coin? That's the real question.
that's
Look,
weird.
I don't know what it is, man, but whether it's the number one or number two, when you look at Dex Trainer, they both have over 200,000 holders. So whether it's bots or not, I have no idea. But this thing is it's just like posting day after day. It's not just gains, but it's also actual volume. So I really don't know what's behind this thing.
I mean, this
But
guy's pretty famous.
okay, so it's the guy. It's a famous illustrator. That's what it is.
So wait, the guy's actually involved with the project.
That's what it seems like.
Can you go to the bio? Sorry, I wasn't reading it. Official X account. Welcome to Hangry. Buy some. It says exclusives. Oh,
But is there anything
it says
about?
exclusives. I don't know if that means he's making them for like the project. Like these are his illustrations right here. I don't know. That's crazy though. I mean, BSC. Who knows? I always wonder if like in a full-on bull market, if the BSC stuff will come back or at all.
Yeah.
Maybe any volume. We'll see. But
Yeah, unfortunately, I hold the
Oh,
wrong
it
cat
is.
on Binance. I hold one called Poseidon, which I bought back in, I believe it was like early summer, and it went to 10 million. Now it's back under 1 million, so it's completely wrecked. But then all these other cats came out. I think it was Simon's cat, and a bunch of other cats on Binance. And for some reason, I don't have the right one. So unfortunately for me, I will hold probably that back to zero. But yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna jump into this Simon's cat. Maybe I regret it, but it just seems to be the token that has been, at the top of my volume chart just for the last 2 to 3 weeks, because it's been only out for 20 days. So
I think it is the real official one from this guy.
okay.
yeah, that's probably why then.
I mean, this guy's really famous. I see him on my Instagram feed.
Maybe the coin was like planned for a long time, and that's why there's so much hype around
Yeah.
it already.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be like for like it's like a charity thing.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
that's 689 views is just on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We have
views or viewers right now.
viewers, live viewers.
Wow, awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're people are liking our topics, but I guess the last one before we leave it here is always the fun one, which is poly markets.
Yeah, we got to give away some money too. I don't know how we're gonna do it. You guys can see the. Let's see.
You can
I
see the
wish we had
chat,
some
I'm
other
pretty
random
sure.
way of doing it, but where should we have them comment?
The Twitter chat on the stream.
Okay.
That's where I'm looking at it right now.
Now, how should we do this? I want it to be like as random as possible. I am gonna give away something to somebody in my group that I see in here, but besides that, I'm down to give away. It's just such a big stream. Let's just give away like $400 other dollars. Just do 4 other people $100 USDC. I don't know. I don't know how you want to pick it random. I can't really see what you're talking about. Where is that at?
If you just click let me send you the broadcast link.
I'm on Twitter, like on an alt account, like looking at it right now, but
you should see the chat. Here, let me send you on Telegram.
how should we do
Or
this?
we can just do comments.
For Loco, what do you think?
On which one?
To give
What do you
away
got?
money to 4 people, how should I do it randomly as possible?
I think we should do it randomly.
Okay, how do we do that though? Is what I'm asking.
You cannot see but we just crossed 700 listeners, so that's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
We cannot see anyone aside from the ones on the comments, right?
Right.
So you have to comment to be able to participate on this giveaway.
So how should we do it though? That's what I'm asking. We should have had this prepared, but it's all good.
No, it's good. It's live. So people know that we don't have anything planned. I think that's
No, I
that's
just mean the idea how we're gonna do this random. Let's see.
How many comments do we have? How many people commented?
Decent amount. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
We can do-
I
I
wish
mean,
we could see a viewer list and then just like randomly scroll on it. That'd be sweet.
yeah,
But,
just close your eyes, Danksy. I want to see your eyes closed.
yeah, thanks.
okay?
Yeah, you can do it. Just close it and scroll. That's what I do usually on my
Scroll
channel.
up and down.
Sometimes.
Close your eyes, okay? And then do 3 times or 2 times, whatever giveaways we have.
Just do
And
random,
then-
just like whatever. Just don't even whatever. Yeah, just whenever you're
I'm
feeling.
just
it,
scrolling up
stop.
and down until I find someone.
Close your eyes and like whenever you're feeling, just stop and see where your cursor's at.
Do you know no one knows Curious Tree 82?
Okay, so that's one of them. Write these people's names down. Again, I'm not on Twitter, so let's see how they can get in. Hit me up if you guys have Telegram, or you can, if for some reason you don't have Telegram, you can hit their DMs, and then right after this, you can send me your sole USDC address, and I will send you 4 different people. Pick 4 different people right now. One other one I'm gonna do from my channel specifically, but
let me just go back.
just wherever you're feeling, just stop that cursor.
Yeah, I think I go back to the
Take
chat.
it. No,
Oh
you're
no.
Take your time. But this is awesome, man. 710 viewers. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Oh, here we go.
So
How
people are
many
going back.
are on YouTube right now? Do you see just mostly on Twitter, right?
I think
Yeah.
it's across, but mostly on Twitter. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely go check out their YouTube channel, guys. I know they just started putting stuff on there. I'm sure they're gonna put
All
some
right, we
good
got
content on there.
Adala Bala.
Dollar
got
Bella, let's go. 100 USDC. Either
Chief
message
Noodle.
me on Telegram
No
right
one
now.
knows. And then we
Bren
got
Trades
more.
with 1S. For some reason, if you don't have Telegram, you can DM one of these 2 on Twitter, and they will connect you with me right away, and I'll get you that 100 USDC sent. 2 more.
Congrats. Let's go.
And Tiber OG.
If you guys
Oh,
just
never
joined, again, my name is Bren. We got B3L boys right here. They run a group on Telegram and Discord. I have a Telegram group with my buddy Boss Man. We are going to end this soon here, but if you do want to go and check out some of my stuff, you can go check us out on Telegram. We'll be back on Twitter soon, but just want to say I appreciate you guys for all being on here. 700 people's crazy. I think last week we had what, 2 or 3?
Yeah. It looks
Yeah,
like people are
appreciate
coming
you,
back
Brett.
to the market.
Of course, of course.
I mean, you got to get your Twitter settled, dude.
I know, bro. I
We
know.
need to start pushing this out on Twitter. For Virtually Labs, best way is on our Twitter as well. I mean, we're streaming this on our Twitter mainly, but Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, Discord is where we kind of communicate everything. I was trying to get Kick stream started up, but couldn't figure it out in time. But yeah, if you need any more information on Virtually Labs, how to join us, it's all on our Twitter, and we have the links there on our link tree and also in our bio.
What, do you want to do 2 more? If it's too much work for you, sorry, dude. I'm my bad.
No, I just gotta start scrolling again.
I'll do it if you want me to.
Do you have the chat open? Can you see the chat?
No, I never. Where is it? Sorry, I never went to where you were.
If you go on Telegram, I sent you the link to the stream.
Yes.
People are chatting there.
Okay, let me find it. You sent it. Okay, I see.
Yo, this chat is very active. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna have to do more giveaways next week too.
All right. So, okay, so the thing is, I only have like, it just stopped from right here, from where. So I only have like 20 people to pick from. If you could just, since you have more, if you could just do it, bro, I appreciate it.
All right.
Because there's like 20 messages on my feed right now, or in my chat, so it'd be picking from like 3 people.
All right.
Just pick a
Hey,
random
dog.
amount of scrolls, like, and then just stop. Like, even if it's
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just closing my eyes and scrolling up and down. I got K Dog, and then last one. Let's see.
K Dog the Great.
Yeah.
K Dog the Great. Message me on Telegram at Bren Trades right now after. If you could send me your USDC sole address as well, I'll get that to you right after. Congrats. Appreciate you for being on.
And we
Free
got
money, guys. Free money. Join.
Kurobi. We got 6 Kurobi. I have all the 6 on my computer, so I'll just message them and get the addresses. How about
Yeah, whatever works.
that? And Kurobi. Ice Goat from Singapore.
Singapore, let's go.
Nice. He should be probably getting ready for the conference coming up. I
Yeah,
was there last
token.
year. It was very cool. Token
Really? It was
2049. Yeah, it was amazing. Made a lot of friends. But this year, I'm not going to be there, unfortunately. But I hope it's as good because last year technically was a worse market than it is right now. Even though
Yeah.
it might not look like that, but
What's
yeah.
the next big conference you're going to? I'm trying to start going to some stuff. I'll meet you there. That'd be cool.
Well, I think towards the end of the year, we'll see what happens here. But nothing in Asia. So let's see. There might be a few in Europe. I'm not going to Ape Fest, unfortunately, which is in October.
Yeah.
But there might be some conferences in Europe, in November and December.
Cool.
And
Yeah. Let me
then
know if you're going to
obviously,
anything big. I'm trying
and
to
then you have
start
in the
going.
US, you have LA. I think it's like February, March. Then you have, of course, NFT NYC, which is in April, May. Depends on the year. Sometimes in June.
Are you
And there
going
might
to
be
NFT
a fun one.
NYC? Like, are you still going to the NFT events lately? Or
No, I don't go to the actual NFT NYC event,
Like-
but I go to side events.
that's
right,
what I
where
meant.
have
Like, you
friends.
go out there when it's happening.
Yeah. I have friends and communities that are still active. But
Hell
the
yeah.
other one in December is the one in Miami, next to the, what is it called? It's a fairly famous one, whether it's NFTs or crypto. You know which one I'm talking about? Danksy?
Art Basel.
Art
Art Basel.
Basel.
Art
Yeah, Art
Basel,
Basel.
yeah.
Yeah, that one should be fun. There's a lot of parties over there. The
It's
weather's
just
always
one
good.
big party, anyways. No business
Um,
gets done.
Yeah.
Maybe some meme coin. Maybe some meme coin ideation, but that's about
Well,
it.
Right. That's most of the point of crypto and NFTs is to have fun. But no, yeah, okay. So last topic, guys, before we go, poly market. Any bets? What are we looking at? Obviously, we have the main one.
Interest rate, it moved up. This moved up today or yesterday. So it's kind of too late now on this one.
Yeah.
But
Are you
25% or 25 basis points seems what it is going to be.
did you bet this one, Danksy? On this one or not?
Yeah, like a while back, like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so you're making money on this one.
Yeah, unless he does something crazy. I'm not out of position yet, so
Let's go. Okay. All right. So this one is one that I'm not going to be entering, but it looks like you did
No.
well. Let's go to the other ones. Obviously, I'm not okay, the presidential elections. Interesting. Huh. Trump is back at 50. I thought it was 49, 49, 48, 49 early this morning.
I mean,
I
Trump
wonder
was
who
leading
moves
a
these
while
things.
back.
I wonder who moves. I mean, obviously, it's like not that many people, right? But first of all, how accurate this thing is, I don't know.
I would say it's 50-50 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been moving. It's been moving up and down for the last week or so. But yesterday, particularly, I think Trump dropped like 3 points. Right, 3 to 4 points.
Yeah, from
53 or 52.
what is this? This is yesterday during the debate. So from 52 to like 50, so 2 cents.
Yeah.
Which is like 4%.
Do you have any bets on this one?
No, I think it's here until they figure out the election results. So I mean, it is a 50-50 race. If I was gonna really bet on who's gonna win, I really think Kamala's gonna win. I think she has the votes.
You think so?
I think so.
Is Bren still with us, or he?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have anything in this, Bren?
I don't think there's any value on this one if you're gonna bet. Like, there's no. I think it's like reasonably priced.
So yeah, as far as the election one goes, yeah, no, I had a bet on Donald Trump to win, but I honestly don't have a strong opinion either way. And like I just said on my post, I don't think it really matters as far as crypto goes. I don't have a strong. I guess I'm kind of just really only a single issue voter with crypto, and I mean, I guess you could probably argue if Trump even does a quarter of the stuff he's going to do, I'd rather have Trump win. So I mean, I put a bet on Trump, but as far as poly market in general, haven't really been doing much. trading in general. I do have a bet on the 25 basis point decrease. But besides that, nothing really interests me the last few weeks. But still keeping my eye on it. I don't know if you guys saw that CNN had a segment with Poly Market on it the other day, which is interesting. Again, it's gaining more like mind share, and I think it's just going to blow up. I think betting is only going to become sports betting is only going to become bigger year by year, and then stuff like this will just go crazy, which is good for crypto in general. So.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still on this Kamala Harris popular vote. This one should be like 85 plus.
Yeah.
But it's such a long wait. I can like do other bets and then still get into this before.
Yeah, you could always take profits on the way up if you wanted. If it goes to 85 before the election.
Yeah. And then I mean I'm in this one as well. Rhodes and I were talking about this for weeks now. This Super Bowl champion bet.
Has it moved at all?
Yeah, I'm up on all of them besides this one.
Okay, yeah.
So like I'm just gonna sell them off during playoffs. This is a super long hold as well, which I'm
during playoffs. That's crazy.
Is your guys is your
these
play?
teams are gonna do well.
Yeah, is your play to kind of like enter some of these bigger liquidity bets early on and then sell as you go, or you are going to be holding? Because obviously the upside on poly market is not as big as big meme coins, right? You can make maybe a few grand here and there, right? I mean, depends on your bet. But in most cases, you're gonna make somewhere in between a few $100 to a few $1,000, right? So, are you looking at long-term bets or like week to week, kind of like degen bets, like whatever is going to be said on a speech, like yesterday, words that are going to be said by candidates, or something that is like week to week, or are you guys placing bets on like things like Super Bowl, which is like February, right? So it's one of those things that I'm kind of like thinking, should I place a bet here or should just go for the week to week and be more of a degen in these markets? Because the upside is capped, right, on these things.
Right. I think if the meme coin market wasn't so difficult, I think I'd be trading more meme coins.
Yeah.
How I look at poly market, it's more about like whether it's priced efficiently, if you know what I mean. Like the Chiefs should probably be trading at like 25%, 30% right now here. So like this would be a good bet, right? And then if like the speech stuff is true degen if you're just betting it, right? So I don't trade any of the speech stuff anymore at all. Yeah, I think it's more about if it's correctly priced, and then you can find some value here. Because like you said, the upside is definitely limited, but you kind of have more control.
Yeah. Bren, any bets that you have made recently or not much?
No, not the last few weeks. Like I said, just the still holding the interest rate 25 decrease, and then just the Trump win bet. Besides that, nothing's really interested me the last few weeks. I'm not a big sports betting guy. Not a big betting guy in general. I took a loss a few weeks ago, and like I don't know, just kind of to me, I don't know. It's fun sometimes, but I don't know. I'm just not a huge betting person. I'd rather focus more on crypto. But when there is stuff that interests me, where I feel like for me the bets are really high probability stuff, that's like a 90% probability. If I feel like really strong about it, maybe I'll throw a larger amount on it. But even those are the ones that'll screw you the most, if not. So definitely keeping my eye on poly market. But yeah, no new bets the last few weeks.
Yeah, same. I just feel like I mean, I used to do DraftKings back in the day, and even I had a fairly large NFL fantasy league with my friends. I think it was the pot was close to $3,000 for the winner, which is actually pretty good for like 12 people. But no, I haven't really been very actively trading sports lately, so I don't know. I've been watching some NFL. That's fun, but trade. I don't want to just have to be, because one thing is like when you trade on things that are boring, like debates, then that gives you some sort of like excitement to watch these events. But for football, basketball, and even like myself, I'm a tennis fan. I don't want to just be like looking at my bets and see if I'm doing well. It's just gonna make my day worse. I just want to enjoy it, right? So That's how I approach this. But I understand that people like to bet. So I'm looking for some non-sports bets here coming up in Poly Market. Hopefully, we have more DGen or like kind of like week to week events that we can bet on. That's what I'm looking at. Something
What
that I
about
can
this one?
speculate
This
on.
one should be Pepe. No.
What does it say?
10 billion market cap. First to 10 billion. Pepe or whiff.
Oh, that should be Pepe. Yeah. I mean, Pepe reads like 7 million, right? 7 billion, right? At some point.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
this one has like no liquidity.
How
You can
much?
get
That's what I was going to
dollars
say.
with
How
Bren.
much total liquidity?
It's probably a scam.
It's like 6K.
Yeah, if it goes up, I mean, keep an eye
There's
on
like
that.
no liquidity on here, so there's not even a point to trade
I'd
this.
imagine if it does go up, it's going to get close to 90%, like really quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't buy more than like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, Ethereum is always going to Ethereum is a larger chain, right? And anything on Ethereum is going to be more liquid. So if Pepe goes to 10, maybe with goes to like 3 to 5, right? And then if it goes to 50, then the other one goes to 20. I don't know. I think that Pepe will always be larger than with. That's my personal opinion. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Who knows, dude? Who knows?
All right, guys. Well, we are here at the top of the hour and a half, and we have about 805 listeners, guys. I mean, we could stay here and just reach 1,000. We could do that, but we all have things to do, so we'll bring it back next week. Are we gonna have Bossman next week? You think? Ben?
I'll see. He's still traveling. I'll ask him right now. I'll get you guys an answer. But either way, we'll have him on soon. We should definitely have more people in general. Whoever, just
Yeah.
like people talk. Whoever, maybe more people in your group. Whoever. I'll definitely talk to some friends. We'll run some ideas by you. But yeah, this is cool. I mean, 800 people is crazy. Appreciate you guys. Anybody who was in the giveaway, who won the giveaway, either reach out to these two guys or to me on Telegram, and we'll get that sent over to you.
Yeah, I'll be reaching out to people on the official Bridgely Labs account. I have everyone's Twitter anyway, so we'll figure that out probably tonight, and then I'll send over the list of soul addresses.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, we'll chat next week. Take care. Don't be crazy with your tokens. Of course, keep them safe and your liquidity tight until things get better. Don't get wrecked. Don't get liquidated. Don't over leverage. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you all.
Yeah, appreciate it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Bren. You'll send me your Telegram link, and I'll pass that around as well. But
yeah, if you just look up Bossman Calls, you're in there. Yeah, again, it's myself, my buddy Bossman, who makes the post. All my posts have the dash brand at the bottom. You know it's me. But yeah, guys, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, appreciate it.
See you
Next
guys.
Wednesday, same
Cheers.
time.